Good day everyone. I am explaining the topic name is implementation of MLP for non-linearity separable data. The implementation of ML for a non-linear separable data. In- To implement a perceptron for classification using Python, fully using the Python program also. The XL3 or is a logical operation that outputs true when the inputs differ. For XOR gate, a truth table will be as follows. Truth table input output input 1 and input 2 and output. XOR is a classification problem as it renders binary distinct outputs. If we plot inputs as output for the XOR gate, the graph plots 2 points input corresponding to their output. Visualize this plot. We can see that impossible to separable the different outputs. The outputs of XOR was impossible for the machine to the setup equation for good outputs. This is what will lead to the birth to concept of hidden layers. Perceptron input and outputs. The input layer C is starting initial point of the is input layer, the middle of the hidden layer, the last is the output layer. Perceptron. Algorithm. Step 1. Initialize the input patterns for XOR gate. XOR gate. Initial pattern for the XOR gate. The step 2. Initial the desired output of the XOR gate. The third step of the algorithm. Initialize the wait for 2 layer of MLP with 2 hidden layer and output neuron. The third step of repeat the iteration until the losses become constant and minimum. And also the compute the output using forward pass output, compute the errors, compute the change in weight, modify the weight, and the losses. Step last step of the algorithm, test for the XOR patterns. And also using the Python program library, NumPy library, various number of libraries there, Panda library, NumPy library. Probably using the NumPy library, matplotlib using importing packages, the library packages, and the model initialization, X, Y are variables, input size, hidden layer, output size, definition of sigmoid functions, derivatives, that model mechanism, using the for loop also. Fourth step is plot the points. Plotting is some type of points. Output, getting the output from getting the output in collab and collab Jupyter, Anaconda Jupyter, using any kind of mechanism to get the output, and probably using the Python code, and also import the packages, Python packages. Output is the for approaches, hidden input, neuron trains, hidden outputs, error, error, for loop, using the construct, and output gets input 0 0 output also 0, input 0 1 and output also 1, input 1 0 output also 1, input 1 1 output also 0. The graph also get the output. The probably losses curve, the slightly decrease, increase, slightly down and also decrease. The loss graph approach. The result of XOR classification problem can be solved using MLP in Python. Probably explain the overall implementation of MLP for non-linearity separable data, but fully using Python code only. Probably using Python code only. Okay, thank you.